Set in the farmyard, Animal Farm presents a deceptively simple premise. Animals overthrow their human oppressors, establishing a society where all creatures are equal. However, we soon discover equality is not so easily achieved or maintained. Before I go any further, the book Animal Farm is written by George Orwell, published in 1945. I know, it's very old. It's a satirical book that is meant to represent Stalinism and the Russian Revolution. In the beginning, we see humans as the evil oppressors, working the animals in hard, cruel hours without giving them any rest with little food. This setting represents the pre-revolutionary Russia under the rule of the Tsar, where the working class and peasants were oppressed by the aristocracy ruled by the rich. It states in chapter 1, man is the only creature that consumes without producing. The word man is used to reference the elitist group of the Russian government, where they literally eat and live without working. Yet the animals quote, labor tills the soil, our dung fertilizes it, and yet there is not one for us that owns more than his bare skin. This perfectly paints the picture of how the working class people are in pre-revolution. The first stage of Animal Farm is the revolution and establishment of animalism. Old Major, a respected boar, incites the animals to rebel against their human oppressors, inspiring them with his vision of a utopian society where all animals are equal. Old Major then recites a song, Beasts of England, and in one of the lines, quote, all must toil for freedom's sake. This mirrors the revolutionary fervor that swept through Russia, led by figures like Vladimir Lenin, who preached the ideology of communism. We follow the journey of Benjamin, an old, cynical donkey who observes the unfolding events with a skeptical eye. Despite the initial optimism spurred by Old Major's vision of a better future, Benjamin remains cautious, knowing all too well the harsh realities of life on the farm. Next, the rebellion and establishment of Animal Farm. The animals successfully overthrow humans and take over the farm, renaming it Animal Farm. They establish a set of commandments known as animalism, which emphasizes equality and the abolition of human-like behavior such as walking on two legs or sleeping in beds. The animals made a slogan, whatever goes upon two legs is an enemy, whatever goes upon four legs or has wings is a friend. The chant, four legs good, two legs bad is said repeatedly throughout the book. This stage represents the initial phase of the Russian Revolution, where the Bolsheviks seized power and established the Soviet state. Now, going on in the book, we see leadership struggles and the emergence of Napoleon and Snowball. The pigs, Napoleon and Snowball, emerge as the leaders of Animal Farm and establish the principles of animalism. Just to be clear, the pig's name is Napoleon. We're not talking about the leader of the French Republic. While Snowball is idealistic and focused on improving the farm, Napoleon is more cunning and power-hungry and wants to consolidate their authority and bend the rules of animalism to suit their own agenda. This mirrors the power struggle between Joseph Stalin and Leon Trotsky following Lenin's death. Stalin, like Napoleon, consolidates power through manipulation and force, eventually driving Trotsky into exile. Through Benjamin's eyes, we see the gradual erosion of the revolution's ideals. The once promised equality among the animals gives way to a hierarchy in which some are more equal than others. Boxer, the hard-working horse, embodies the spirit of the revolution, but even his loyalty is exploited by the pigs for their own gain. Meanwhile, George Orwell, the author behind the allegory, draws from his own experiences and observations of a political oppression and propaganda. Born as Eric Arthur Blair, Orwell's background as a socialist and his disillusionment with the Soviet Union under Stalin heavily influenced the themes and messages of Animal Farm. Now, we are starting to see the exploitation of the working class. Under Napoleon's rule, the pigs gradually become more authoritarian, exploiting the other animals for their own benefit. On page 52, Napoleon uttered a high-pitched whimper, and 9 enormous dogs wearing brass-studded collars came bounding into the farm. They dashed straight for Snowball, who only sprang from his place just in time. By using brute force or military force, Napoleon establishes a hierarchy that nobody can challenge. They revise the commandments to suit their needs and monopolize resources, while the other animals work tirelessly for the collective good. Napoleon even makes under-the-table deals with humans, which they originally vowed to overthrow and become enemies. This parallels Stalin's consolidation of power and his implementation of oppressive policies that favored the ruling elite. As Napoleon's tyranny intensifies, the animals' lives become more increasingly miserable. They work harder than ever, yet they receive fewer rewards and suffer under Napoleon's oppressive regimes. Quote on page 114, it was laid down as a rule that when a pig and any other animal met on the path, the other animal must stand aside. Page 115, the animals sniffed the air hungrily and wondered whether a warm mash was being prepared for their supper. But no mash appeared, and on the following Sunday, it was announced that from now onwards, all barley would be reserved for the pigs. This reflects the hardship endured by the Soviet people under Stalin's rule, including famine, forced labor camps, and widespread repression. Orwell's storytelling is clear and concise, making complex political concepts accessible to readers of all backgrounds. By using anthropomorphized animals as the main characters, Orwell creates a universal narrative that resonates across cultures and time periods. As we journey through Animal Farm, we're reminded of the timeless relevance of Orwell's warnings and the dangers of unchecked authority and the manipulation of the truth. The book serves as a powerful cautionary tale, prompting readers to question the motives of those in power and remain vigilant against propaganda and oppression. Orwell's allegory is a critique of the Orwell's allegory is a critique of the Soviet Union under Stalin, where the ideals of the Russian Revolution were corrupted by authoritarianism and oppression. Through the lens of a farmyard, Orwell exposes the danger of absolute power and the perversion of noble ideas. One of the most compelling aspects of Animal Farm is the cast of characters, each representing different facets of society. From the idealistic Snowball to ruthless Napoleon, Orwell portrays the complexities of human nature and the dynamics of power. The animals themselves are symbolic of various social classes, with the pigs representing the ruling elite, the horses embodying the working class, and the sheep serving as the ignorant masses easily manipulated by propaganda. As the story unfolds, we witness the gradual transformation of the farm into a totalitarian state, with the pigs at the helm. Through propaganda, deception, and brute force, Napoleon consolidates his power, betraying the very principles upon the revolution was founded. The book's enduring relevance is a testament to Orwell's insight into the nature of power and oppression. Whether read it as a critique of totalitarianism or a commentary on the corruption of revolutionary ideals, Animal Farm remains a powerful and thought-provoking work that continues to resonate with readers today.